Joel Shumacher, director of Batman films and The Lost Boys, has passed away at age 80. Joel Schumacher started as a costume designer, funny enough, turned director, including films such as St. Elmo's Fire, Lost Boys, Falling Down, as well as the Batman films, which is Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Died after a long battle with cancer. He was 80 years old. And I gotta say, so most people, I feel like, will know Joel Schumacher from Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, which is very unfortunate. And unfortunate because of the movies that I'm going to list off next. Obviously, Lost Boys was mentioned in the article. And then they also mentioned St. Elmo's Fire. They mentioned Falling Down. And then one of my favorite movies is Flatliners. I love that movie. And I got to tell you, when I heard this news, because I've seen all of those movies. Now, it's been a long time. Long time since I've seen all of those. But I've seen them all. But I did not know that they were Joel Schumacher films at all. It totally blindsided me. This is why my show's called The Movie Idiot Show, because I'm completely oblivious to like things that all the other pundits know, you know. But it totally blindsided me because I love those movies, and I cannot believe that he did it, because I got to be honest, I knew Joel Schumacher as Bat Nipples. I mean, like, that's how I knew. I was like, really, dude? Like, and I don't hate Batman Forever as much as other people do. I enjoyed kind of the silly campiness of that movie. I couldn't stand Batman and Robin, which was my least favorite iteration of Batman in general, because Clooney, I thought, literally just collected a paycheck and was completely disinterested in the role. Although the writing and everything else was so terrible too that I don't know. Anyway, the point is, Ryan, what are your thoughts on the passing of Joel Schumacher? And give us kind of your thoughts on his filmography and his stamp on the Hollywood world as a whole.
Yeah, like you, 100% agree with you. It is unfortunate that a lot of people know him, that his stamp on the Hollywood world is bat nipples, or the bat cup. Yeah. Or whatever you want. I mean, or the bat bulge, I guess, is more so what it was referred to, the bat bulge. And yeah, I like Batman Forever. I really do like Batman Forever. Batman and Robin, I don't know anybody that can stand Batman and Robin. And I mean, I love stupid, cheesy movies, and Batman and Robin still is not. Just can't do it. But to look at Batman Forever and Batman and Robin and say, okay, that's Joel Schumacher's stamp, it's really not. I encourage anyone to seek out Joel Schumacher films, because he was a very good director for 30 years, going back to St. Elmo's Fire and The Lost Boys, and then Flatliners, and then basically what he did in the 90s between Falling Down and A Time to Kill, with Sandra Bullock, Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
It's just like, it's an awesome legal drama.
He literally
The
launched
Client.
Matthew McConaughey's career. And yes, The Client. I love that movie too.
The Client,
and again,
with Susan Sarandon and Tommy Lee Jones.
It just floored me when I found out that he did those movies. I couldn't believe that I didn't know that. And anyway, sorry to continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I mean, you could throw any movie out there. You look at his Batman, which is a completely cheesy, family-friendly universe, to horror movies like Lost Boys and Flatliners, to legal dramas like The Client and A Time to Kill, to then 8mm with Nicolas Cage.
Really? Yes. Oh my God. See, again,
yes.
I had no idea. No idea.
And then if you've never saw, there's a movie called Flawless with Robert De Niro and Philip Seymour Hoffman, which is just it's a strange, I don't know how to describe that movie. I think it's a great movie, but it's essentially Robert De Niro plays a New York cop who is suffering from a stroke, and Philip Seymour Hoffman is a drag queen that lives next door, and they don't like each other because of their differences. And, one of them's involved in some drug scheme of some kind, and it's just kind of a
I actually
quirky.
think I have seen this.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a very quirky, good film from the 90s.
Yeah.
And then you have Schumacher did a movie called Tigerland, which launched Colin Farrell's career.
Wow. See, and that's it's crazy, but because of Batman, nobody knows
Yeah,
about this
yeah,
stuff. Like
yeah,
it's just unbelievable.
yeah.
And I would say about his Batman iterations. They are maligned, and he gets so much crap for them. But I will say this: I think Joel Schumacher with Batman was directed by Warner Brothers because Burton's versions were so dark. I felt like
Yes.
they turned to him and said, "We want you to lighten this up, get us more of the family audience, get us more of the revenue." And I mean, Batman Forever made a lot of money. I want to say it
Oh
made
yeah,
up in
yeah.
the $500 million range, and for
Five
its day,
hundred.
yeah,
Yeah, 500 some
yeah.
$1 million worldwide. Yeah.
Yeah. So for its day, that's a lot of money. And I think he takes all that crap for that, but I don't think it was his fault. If they had turned around and said, "Hey, we want you to keep it similar to the dark tone that Burton had," I bet you he probably would have done that. I mean, if you watch
Absolutely.
Lost Boys is not a campy movie. Like Lost
No,
Boys
no.
is a dark, it's a very 80s movie, but
Yeah.
I love that movie. It's so phenomenal. And what a great cast in that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
there's the kind of Kiefer Sutherland coming into his own. I
mhm.
mean, what Kiefer Sutherland in
Yeah.
both Lost Boys and
Oh
Flatliners.
my god,
You
dude,
know,
he was great in both of
thank
those
you, thank you,
movies.
Joel Schumacher for
Yeah,
those
dude.
movies.
Yeah,
Um,
yes.
Matthew McConaughey, thank you for A Time to Kill,
Yes.
or Colin Farrell, who was in um, Tigerland, and actually, the movie Phone Booth is a Joel Schumacher movie.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. And
See?
Phone Booth came out the same year that a movie called did you remember Bad Company with Anthony Hopkins and Chris Rock?
Yes.
That was a Joel Schumacher movie.
Dude, I am floored. I am floored right now. And see, this is why like all the articles I read, they didn't even mention those, and I love those
Oh yeah,
movies too.
yeah.
I thought Phone Booth was a great movie. I mean, a lot of
Hmm.
people kind of like poo-pooed on that one too, and I don't know why, but like I thought it was really good. But
Yeah, yeah.
but then again, I also like the movie that Ryan Reynolds did where he was stuck in a coffin the whole time. It's like
Yeah, Buried.
yes,
Yeah.
buried. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I mean, I think now, funny enough, in those kind of movie tropes, the movie I didn't like was Locke, which was
Tom Hardy
yes, and he was in the car the
in
whole
the
time.
car with the guy on the phone.
Yeah, I was like, this movie sucks, but I didn't work. It didn't work for me anyway. So I know a lot of people thought that was a good one. Anyway, I digress. I'm getting off the topic, but dude, I agree with you. Like Joel Schumacher's filmography speaks for itself, and I hope that people now in his passing realizes that. Some of those movies like we've been talking about with St. Elmo's Fire and Flatliners, and then a lot of movies you just brought up in the 90s that he did and all the careers he launched. I hope that people realize what his legacy actually is now and what he did for the Hollywood world and, movies in general. And this guy deserved, I hope that, when the Oscars do come along that maybe they give him an honorary or something like that because like he deserves it. Like that.
Yeah.
That filmography speaks for itself. So anyway, moving.
Definitely watch Tiger if you haven't seen Tigerland.
I have not.
It's a Vietnam War. Well, it's a Vietnam era war movie. It takes place in 1972, and Tigerland was the name of the final stage of infantry basic training.
Okay.
So Colin Farrell plays kind of this draftee who's he's good at getting people out of the military.
Yeah.
So you saw Colin Farrell, who was still an Irish actor at the time. He got cast in the movie, and they paid him. I mean, they paid him peanuts to be in the movie. I think his salary was like 10 grand or something like that.
Oh, geez.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
And Tigerland was also one of the first movies that made a look out of kind of like really low budget mini DV cinematography.
Okay.
So it came out in 2000.
Uh-huh.
It was, not very financially successful, but it's an awesome movie, and launched Colin Farrell's career to what he is now.
Yeah.
Schumacher was just a constant presence, and he just made any movie that he wanted to. He didn't have any certain niche that he followed. He did horror movies, he did legal dramas, Tigerland, which is historical, Phone Booth, which is kind of your claustrophobic thriller.
Yeah.
He did the 2004 version of The Phantom of the Opera with Gerard Butler.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a Joel Schumacher movie.
Dude, see, again, like it just.
And then number 23 with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that one I did know about. Not critically acclaimed per se, but
Right.
I still enjoyed it. But yeah. So, dude, yeah, I mean that filmography is amazing, and I really wish this guy in life would have had the recognition that he deserved, because that is such great films. But anyway, just any closing remarks when we're wrapping up Joel Schumacher here? Just do you got anything more you want to say, or?
No, it's just like we said. Let's hopefully just seek him out, watch his movies. If you like him, you like him.
Yeah.
I've always liked Schumacher movies, so
Well,
definitely a recommendation
all right. Well,
for anybody.
with that being said, what do you guys at home think about the passing of Joel Schumacher? Will you guys be checking out some of those older movies like Flatliners and things? Please do. They're amazing, and a lot of the other stuff that Ryan pointed out too with the 90s movies as well. Please check those out, because he is not just bat nipples. This guy has an amazing filmography, and he definitely deserves. But let us know in the comments below your thoughts on the passing of Joel Schumacher, and we are going to go to our next